I'm going to preface this entire video by saying that if you're not a crazy planner nerd, then please don't watch it because you'll think that I'm nuts. But I wanted to go ahead and film a process video of putting together a planner setup because people ask me questions about that, and I just want to be really transparent that I am a total mess with it too, and it's a messy artistic process rather than a really organized process for me. So I just wanted to show you how I go about it, and this is the perfect time because I had these A6 rings that I used all last year, loved them, and then all of a sudden in January this year I just have not been using them that much, and it was bothering me. So I just realized it's time to just revamp them and make it fit my needs right now. So the first step was taking out everything that was in the planner, and I separated the dividers, the deco like vellum and stuff, and then the inserts. And then I had just gotten my cloth and paper subscription box, which I still had marked as A6 rings, and I wanted to try to use some stuff from it, so I really hadn't had a chance to look through it yet, so I did that here. And as I'm looking through it, I'm kind of using it to inspire my next setup and based on what I want to use from it. So I really like the dashboard, so I put those aside quickly. This notepad I really liked, but I realized it would be best for work, so I just put it aside to bring to work with me. And now I'm just getting organized with all of my stuff. So you're going to see a big mess, a lot of mistakes, and a lot of redos, and everything in the picture will change. So the first thing I wanted to do was put in these new dashboards because I just really liked them as soon as I saw them. So it seemed like a good place to start. And usually the way I start off with a setup is thinking about the binder and the dividers that I want to use. So I just didn't think about it that much when I started doing this one, and I just went with the planner and the same dividers that I had been using. But after looking at it for a minute, I realized, no, I just really need a change. So I pulled out some pink dividers. They're called Dusk. And I thought, from Cloth and Paper, and I thought maybe that will be the change that I need, and it's cute for February, Valentine's, pink, all that. Then I didn't really like them in that planner, so then I put them in my gray planner, which I love, but that lasted about 2 seconds because I didn't like the way it all looked in that planner, so I had to change it again. And I had this other one that I just got in an Oops sale that is a really pretty blush pink, and I had a bunch of stuff in it already, so I had to take all of that out and then put all of this current stuff in. So as I started doing that, I started to feel a little bit more excited about the setup, like, okay, now I'm heading in the right direction. I did want a lighter color planner. So then I started going through all my inserts and trying to figure out what I want to include and what I don't. Because one reason I am making a change here is because I quit promoting a shop that I found out was being rude to their customers. So I wanted to make sure I removed those inserts and replaced them with ones from shops that I knew would treat people well. So that was a big deal to me, and it kind of threw me off with my planner game. So as I was looking through the inserts that I had on hand, I realized that I really would rather use my clear dividers like I normally do, but I did use a different set that I had with some different labels just to have a little bit of a change for myself. And in the first section, I wanted to use the cool blank memo inserts that I saw in my subscription box just because I really liked them. I like how simple they were. And I just like my first section to be a catch-all where I can just put sticky notes and my inbox dashboard here. That's just how I like to use my first section in any planner that I ever have. And then I wanted to add a piece of scrapbook paper in here just to soften this area a little bit and give some pink among all the black. But I'm really liking how all of this black and really light pink looks together. I think it works. I put the weekly inserts in the second section. Those are the only thing that have been constant through all of these changes I'm doing today. And then after that, I started trying to figure out what else I would need. So I just started pulling inserts that I knew I was missing or wanting to use that I didn't have in there previously. So I got these from Cloth and Paper. That's just a simple weekly view. I thought those would be good for a fitness section. I've tried so many things for a fitness section, so we'll just see what works. And part of my process here is every time I get a little bit stuck, I just go back to the front of the planner and I flip through the whole thing and just sort of see how my mind digests it all, if that makes sense. So I see, okay, I have my note section, my calendar section, my to-dos, then what? So here in my fitness section, I have just, like I said, the weekly view, so I can write down workouts or whatever, meal plan, and then I just put some blank notes pages in there. And then I had these really great printable monthly inserts, or like a monthly lister from SM Plans. I love those. And I had not been using them, even though I really liked them. So I put these back into my home section. And then back here in my last section, which the label said shopping, which I pretty much use as a social media and shopping section, I want it to be really girly and cute. And I had these printables from Printable Kate that are planner oriented, and those are my favorite order inserts too, because it has the box for shipping and received. And then I put a habit tracker in there also. That's from Cloth and Paper, because I like to track my posts a little bit. So now I'm feeling satisfied that I have the inserts that I need. It's everything that I need and nothing that I don't need. And that's really been my goal today with this setup. So now I'm ready to start adding in some of the extra stuff. So sticky notes. I don't like keeping like a notepad of sticky notes in my planners because they're so bulky. So I just take them out and stick blank ones onto my inbox sheet, or sometimes I'll put them on pages in the planner just for when I need to write something, it's already there. And then I started thinking about how I wanted to decorate and distribute the dashboards and the vellum that I wanted to use. So there's going to be a lot of switching around and looking at it and moving around. So I tried to cut a little bit of that out, but I still want you to see that just because you put everything in and you feel satisfied for a few minutes, you might want to change it a few minutes later. At least that's how it is for me. And sometimes until you really start using it, you don't realize how much you might need to change or what might need to move a little bit. So just be flexible and be patient with yourself. It's nothing to stress about. It's fun if you can just embrace the fact that the planners are always changing, your life is always changing, your days are different day to day. So that's why it feels stressful sometimes to try to put yourself in a box. And that's just my 2 cents, but I have struggled with it many times. Here, I really loved these cards. These came from my subscription from the Planner Spot, which is a great subscription. And these came in the last one. And I wanted to punch them in, so there's no turning back now. I punched them. But I wanted to make it look really cool right here. But this is a spot I keep struggling with and keep coming back to throughout this setup process. So you'll see it change up until the very end. But I knew I wanted to use those cards, so I just kept putting them there and trying to figure it out. Then I decided I did not like that sticky note I had there for whatever reason. I wanted to put a couple of smaller ones and layer them. So I really like layering, it's fun. So I did that to my dashboard, my inbox dashboard. And then back here, I took out the dot grid from the memo inserts just because I don't really like dot grid. I really like square grid. So I'm trying to just edit myself down and just only keep in here what I know I'll use. So I wanted to take out anything I didn't think I'd use. I really liked that free printable that says, let's do this. It's from the Planner Spot. And I put it in my today section. And then I love that glasses vellum. Even though I don't wear glasses, I just think it looks really cute and it makes me feel focused when I look at it. I think focus is the word that comes to my mind when I see glasses. I love this piece of vellum. This is from Ribbon and Nib, and I thought it looked really cute with that grid dashboard from Tool and Twine. That was a good combo that made me smile. And then here I wanted to put in something that would be really light and airy. I thought about doing some greenery, but I just didn't really want to introduce any other colors into this since it's so neutral, and I like it that way, so I just put that simple line vellum from Creatively Planned. Here I have a little planning steps, like just a little checklist that helps you clear your mind. It's from EO Edits, and then a moon phase calendar from Virgo and Paper. And then now I'm starting to think about what I want to put in the pockets. So pockets can be a struggle sometimes. So I usually like to go through my vellum pockets and clean them out anytime I change a setup. So I only just keep a few sheets of my favorite stickers or most used stickers in my vellum pockets. So I always have those in my planner. I love those pockets. And then I had some cool paint swatches that Regina gave me from Regina Laughs. She's so sweet. And she puts those in the pockets of her binders, and I thought that was a cool idea. So she gave me a few to do that too. And then I really wanted to use this Lily and Lola bow charm that I had. And I had a pocket for the strings back there from Jen's Crafty Designs. And then I realized I had this postcard from a past subscription box that I really loved. I thought that word was really cool, so I wanted to put it somewhere. And here you'll see me trying again to fight with that that little decorative section. Still didn't quite get it where I wanted it there, but I like the way that postcard layered behind my inbox dashboard anyway. And then back here, I knew I wanted to add a couple more of those planner cards. I wanted all of them to be somewhere in my planner. I just liked them. I remembered these from the sub box. They didn't fit in any of the pockets, so I put them in my folder. But of course, I had to make sure that they didn't fit anywhere else before I settled on that. So they'll stay there. And then I really wanted to put one there, so I knew that one fit, but there was a certain one I had in mind, so I had to go rifle through all my stuff and find it. So I finally did. It's just got one of my favorite Bible verses on it. And then I tucked this dashboard from Ribbon and Nib back there because it just makes me happy. It reminds me of when I met Nikki, the shop owner, and she gave that to me in person. So I also thought I'd like to have a punched one in my planner as well. So I was looking for a spot for it. Sometimes you want stuff in there and there's not really a good spot. So my advice would be to just save it for the next setup. The final product of this setup is that I put a Stylogy in there. This is A6 size. I just stuck it in the front pocket. I changed that 2-card section to a dashboard with 1 card. And there's the postcard I just added in at the end. So I have that first section, which is memo and notes, second section, which is weekly, third section, which is fitness and health, and then the fourth section, which is home and goals, and the fifth section, which is planners, shopping, orders, and fun stuff like that. You know you're a planner girl if you need a planner section. I always put vellum in the back of each section and then in between subsections. Those are my favorite spots to put it. And then here's all the little accessories back here that I showed you. So now I feel better about using this in conjunction with my on-the-go Hobonichi.